So the estate and insurance information portion of the family information guide, it's one of the most important areas that we go over because it's going to help us do a few things. One, it's us educating them on how they're going to be protected, but also investigating in the coverage they already have so that we know what we can do to personalize the program for them. And it will help us better understand what their needs are and help us guide them to a yes at the end by making sure that they feel heard, as well as us not duplicating coverage and going down a path we don't need to, but really giving them what they need. So Jim and Pam, the next portion here, this is probably the most important section. This is where you're going to organize and list all of the life insurance policies you already have. So do you know why it's important to put that down? Well, it's because there are millions of dollars of life insurance going unclaimed every single year because every family doesn't have a tool like you do now. Now, before we go any further, we're going to give you a quick overview of the 4 types of life insurance. First one is whole life. It's like owning a house. It builds equity, it locks in the price, and it lasts your whole life. The second one is term insurance. Right? Term is like renting a house. Now, Jim, when you rent a house, who benefits? You're the landlord. Exactly, just like how term insurance works. You know, it does serve a purpose for that time in your life when you have a lot of debt, though. The third one is group coverage. Now, Pam, you don't plan on having Jim working until the day he dies, right? Right, well, then we don't plan on using that group coverage. And you'll also notice that where you write your group coverage is on the bottom line, and you don't write an amount so your loved ones don't think that it's permanent coverage. Lastly, the 4th type is funeral coverage. Now, a lot of people that I meet with, they have life insurance, but most don't have their funeral covered. And that's really the only bill that we owe our loved ones. So which of these have you had the opportunity to put into place? And this is where you're going to gather the information on the coverage they have so that you know what's in place. You're going to make them feel heard, and then you're going to compliment them on what they have and walk them through what that would cover when something happens to them, such as, hey, let's say, for example, they have $200,000 of term coverage, right? I would then compliment Jim. Jim, well done getting that set up. You're a lot further ahead than other people in your same stage in life. Now, let me guess, you got that coverage to cover the mortgage, right? Or the truck that you were telling me you got earlier last year, right? Now I'm spending that coverage, and then I'm going to move on and say, that's amazing. I'm very proud of you. Now, all you need is something permanent to cover your funeral, and you'll never have to think about getting something to protect your family again. Okay, you did a great job. Make sure you fill that out. Like I said, most families don't even know that their families have that benefit, so they never claim on it. And if they respond and say, oh, I don't have any coverage, well, it's very simple. I then say, no big deal. Jim, that's exactly why I'm here today.